the similar effects of ad valorem and specific taxes, in contrast to specific sales taxes, which are applied to relatively few goods. Governments levy ad valorem taxes on a wide variety of goods. Most states apply ad valorem taxes to most goods and services, exempting only a few staples such as food and medicine. There are 6,400 different ad valorem sales tax rates across the United States. Beasley and Rosen, 1999, some of which are as high as 10.75% in some areas of California. Suppose that the government imposes an ad valorem tax of alpha instead of a specific tax on the price that consumers pay for processed pork. We already know that the equilibrium price is $4 with a specific tax of $1.05 per kilogram. At that price, an ad valorem tax of alpha equals $1.05 over $4 equals 26.25%, raises the same amount of tax per unit as a $1.05 specific tax. It is usually easiest to analyze the effects of an ad valorem tax by shifting the demand curve. Figure 2.13 shows how an ad valorem tax shifts the processed pork demand curve to capital D superscript A at any given price P. The gap between capital D and capital D superscript A is alpha P, which is greater at high prices than at low prices. The gap is $1.05 equals 0.265 times $4 per unit when the price is $4 and $2.10 when the price is $8. Imposing an ad valorem tax causes the after-tax equilibrium quantity, capital Q sub 2, to fall below the original quantity, capital Q sub 1, and the after-tax price, P sub 2, to rise above the original price, P sub 1. The tax collected per unit of output is tau equals alpha P sub 2. The incidence of the tax that falls on consumers is the change in price, delta P equals open parentheses P sub 2 minus P sub 1 close parentheses divided by the change in the per unit tax. Delta tau equals alpha P sub 2 minus 0 that is collected, delta P over open parentheses alpha P sub 2 close parentheses. The incidence of an ad valorem tax is generally shared between consumers and producers, because the ad valorem tax of alpha equals alpha equals 26.25% has exactly the same impact on the equilibrium pork price and rises the same amount of tax per unit as the tau $1 equals $1.05 specific tax. The incidence is the same for both types of taxes. Open parentheses. As with specific taxes, the incidence of the ad valorem tax depends on the elasticities of supply and demand, but we'll spare your having to go through that in detail.